Welcome or welcome back to Mining the Comments. My name is Christian, and today we'll discuss early awakenings. I would like to start once again by thanking everyone who's been posting questions and comments on previous videos, as it allows me the opportunity to continue to respond and continue to do these videos. So, this question today comes from, we'll just call this person Tan. So Tan asks, "Hi, I've been waking up around 2:30, 3 a.m. in the morning every night for the past 5 months and unable to get back to sleep again. Feel exhausted every day. Have taken Xanax but stopped as it wasn't helping. Anyone here with similar issues and has overcome it? Appreciate if you can share or give some advice on this. How to reset that internal clock." Well, Tan, you are uh, in what we refer to as Swiss awakenings. And I experienced this. As a matter of fact, this is how insomnia started for me. I started waking up at 3 o'clock. I don't know what the magical number with 3 in the morning is, but it's very common. I would only say that not only have I experienced, but I can't tell you the number of people that I work with that have had very similar experience. So there is nothing strange or bizarre or new. It's just part of the insomnia experience, I guess I would say it. So, what I would also add to this is waking up at a set time in the middle of the night isn't really the problem. It's really more about how we respond to it. So, if we were waking up every day at a set time and really felt no need to fix it, no need to change it, then what would happen is there wouldn't be any monitoring or any tracking or any desire for us to somehow try and fix or solve it. But since you've been experiencing this for an extended period of time, now there's this pressure to somehow fix it or stop it from happening, which now starts triggering the brain to start monitoring and tracking this and trying to find a way to fix it. So I didn't learn this right away. This was much further down, maybe 8, 9 months or so into my journey with insomnia. But I switched my question of how do I fix this and started asking more of how can I allow this to happen? How can I allow this? Because in reality, there isn't anything that I need to fix. It may feel unpleasant, uncomfortable. We may not want to deal with this, but this pressure to try and change it kind of makes it stickier and keeps us engaged, like you talked about. You've been dealing with this for 5 months or so. So, once again, how can we reframe things and look at them in a way where we don't need to do anything? We don't need to fix it. One of the first things that I learned was implementing the timeless sleep window. And I'll be brief. I'm sure that since you've been following this program, you've heard of this before. But the timeless sleep window is a time where we just stop looking at the clock. So for me, I still to this day do this. I no longer look at the clock past 10 p.m. There's no need for me to really track that time anymore. And I set up a time to wake up in the mornings. And so what I found was even when I was starting to wake up in the middle of the night, there was this very strong desire for me to want to check the time because I was trying to measure progress. And so when I removed that information, the brain had no way to figure out what was going on. Even if I was waking up at, in your case, 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I wasn't able to track it. So in doing this, it started putting less pressure, giving less information, and allowing the night to be however it needed to be. Again, going back to the timeless sleep window, it's not a time in which you spend in bed. It's just a time you're not tracking anything during the night until the alarm goes off the following day. Once I began implementing this timeless sleep window, I noticed that initially my my uh, my reaction was very intense. It was desperately looking to find ways to track any kind of information, right? If there was any noise outside or anything that was going on. So you'll notice that you are in this kind of intense hyperarousal where you're desperately trying to control anything. And in this case, it's trying to control and figure out what time it is to give you added information. So I also, once I implemented this timeless sleep window, I stopped measuring the night as good or bad. Stop thinking and believing that being awake meant I was either failing or there was a problem or a danger or something to fix. Now I know this is so much easier said than done because all we want to do is fall asleep and get the rest that we need. But right now, if we look at it in kind of a bigger picture, the goal is really to start retraining and reframing the night where we don't feel a need to fix something that is effortless, right? So if we can stop measuring things using the timeless sleep window and also judging what the night looks like, that can be very helpful as well. The more we see that wakefulness is a danger or a threat, the more monitoring and tracking we do, and the more problem solving we try to implement, we try to fix it. And so it can, right, being up half the night or waking up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning can feel uncomfortable, can feel unsettling, but there really is no danger, there's no threat. And so if we can start to realize that recovery isn't really sleeping through the night or not waking up, it really starts more with not panicking and not responding with fear and anxiety and trying to fix or solve the problem can be incredibly helpful. I know some of these teachings can seem so much easier said than done, and they really are because you're doing the work, you're having the opportunity to experience these difficult nights, and you're learning how to respond to them differently. And when we're dealing with fear, that's a heavy, intense emotion. So for us to face these fears and learn to respond and let go and start reframing and seeing things in a much softer way takes time. But know that this is the way through it. This insomnia is so much about a perceived danger or threat or the desire to fix something. And when we are engaged in trying to fix it, this is where the pressure comes from. This is where the stickiness, this is where the difficulty comes from. So if we can start to, instead of being engaged in trying to fix it, kind of stand back and be more of a kind of a bystander and observing things with curiosity, then the desire and pressure to fix or to try and do something starts to soften, starts to fade. And that's truly how we get out of this monitoring, tracking, hyperarousal, fight or flight state. So, Tan, I hope this was helpful and answers your question. And if there's any further questions that you have about this, please feel free to post below. But until then, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week. Take care of yourselves. And as I've said before, insomnia is an incredibly difficult journey, but there is hope. As I've struggled through this and have moved past this to a point where I feel completely immune from it, I've seen this from people time and time again recover. And really, it doesn't matter how long you've been in this struggle, there is a way through it. It takes time. There is definitely a lot of work involved in it. And there's this ability to learn to let go of things that we actually don't need to work on or fix can be incredibly freeing. Until next time, take care.
Hi, it's me, Daniel, and I hope you really found a lot of value in the video you just saw. Now I have a question for you. Did you hit the like button? Did you leave a comment? If not, then please consider that, because that is what leads to people finding us, finding peaceful sleep and peace of mind and feeling like themselves again, and all the other wonderful things that come from understanding what insomnia is really all about. So yes, just hit that like button, leave a comment, and that will help so much. Thank you.